F it, we ball. We here. I was really just enjoying silence. Last night I rode home to complete silence. I actually stopped and slept for like an hour and a half. Yeah, I probably would have slept longer, but I didn't go to the usual rest stop that I've been to twice. I went to a gas station that's just a few miles before it because I was like really tired. And also, you know, rest stops are well lit, which is good for safety purposes, but for sleeping purposes, baby, it's not very good for me. So I found this, as I was driving to the rest stop, I knew that I was gonna stop because I was like, oh, it was rough. I only got like maybe 3 hours of sleep yesterday. When I got off of work, I went right home. I didn't stop. I probably got home like around 4-ish because I stopped and got some, I didn't stop and rest. I stopped and got some snacks. Like I got a small fry and an energy drink, I believe. Actually, I'm pretty sure I recorded that. And then I stopped at the bank and made a deposit. Pretty sure that was on video as well. And then when I got home, I watched the roast of Flavor Flav, which is like 10 years old minimum. It's crazy. It was so funny. And so it gave me the oomph that I needed to make my tea, my herbal tea, lax tea, and kind of just like rest for a little while. Oh, I think I also went to Burger King after I went to the bank, and that was not a very good idea, which is what prompted me to be like, yeah, we're gonna make this smooth move tea. I actually have the box right back here. Let me grab, maybe. Well, we won't grab the box, but we'll grab a packet. This tea, let me tell you, this tea is my baby. I literally, like, it's an essential. I literally try to drink it every single day. It just helps keep you clean, you know what I'm saying? And I be feeling, honestly, like, did I really eat if I shit it out immediately after, you know? Does it really count? Does it just go straight to my ass? It's kind of what it's giving. Like, yeah, I got a little belly, but the more I eat and realize that the belly ain't as bellying as it usually was before, the more grace I have on myself when it comes to the weight department. Like this morning as I was getting ready, I was really like, okay, girl, you're really not where you thought you was, you know? You're better off than you were. And that's the moral of life, right? That's really the moral of life. And God really just spoke to me in that way as I'm on my journey. And I made $70 last night. Yeah. And had I tipped out, it would have been less, because it would have been 2020. So I would have came home with $30. But it's me, Sierra, you know. So I said, hey, I really need this 70 to fill my tank up so that I can make it back here tomorrow. Can I pay tip out tomorrow? He's like, yeah, we'll work it out. I didn't really need that. Baby got almost a full tank right now, money in the bank, cash on hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful to God. It's not as bad as I've made it to like seem to be. And to be honest, I realized that $70 night was necessary. Like, had I not had this $70 night, a few things would have happened that probably didn't need to happen. And one of them being, I'm looking for some lip gloss. Usually I have like some all over, but oh, alright, we'll just use this one for now. Oh Lord, I like that. So, the first reason being, my son wanted to go to this thing that's going on in Vegas right now called Complex Con. It's got a whole bunch of like rappers and people and stuff, whatever. I didn't shave. That's so crazy. That's why I made 70. No, I'm just joking. It was a really small night. But that's funny. I really didn't shave. I also had like pants on last night, kind of like lace stockings. Anyways, I didn't get one dance last night. That $70 was all in tips. Yep, not one dance. It was me and another girl that didn't do any dances. By the grace of God, my other homegirl got a dance. I was happy for her. The two girls who always be hustling, baby. I'm talking about as soon as customers be in the door. I thought it was me and the one homegirl, but to be honest, the other girl, she been on her stuff too. We the three vultures, but I wasn't really doing too much vulturing last night. I had an energy depletion at the beginning of my shift, so I was kind of irritated with every customer, to be quite honest. At first I was feeling good, like literally when the person who depleted my energy called me, I was feeling great. Like I answered the phone all bubbly, and then she was like, I'm sorry to trauma dump, and then for like literally 2.5 hours, you know. But not to sound transactional at all in the relationship department, because this is something that happens all the time, and I don't never get nothing from her. And I'm gonna go back to the whole $70 a night thing, but this is just what I do. I take all these rails and I bring it back on track. So I was just sitting here thinking about this too. Like, I'm grateful to God that many things I've wanted to say in my friendships, like I've had the space to say it. You know, like I might feel some type of way and then I don't say nothing about it, but then later on we'll have a conversation and there will be like an entryway for me to say something about it, and it not be in the way that it would have been in had I said it while I was still feeling that type of way, right? Like had I said it because I was just saying it, not because it was relevant to the conversation that we were having. I hope that makes sense. So we've had a few of those conversations lately, and bottom line is pretty much like I just feel like she puts boys before her. Like men, like I've been boy crazy before, but I have felt strongly like when she gets into a situationship, relationship, whatever happens, it's almost as if our friendship does not exist, and I just wait around for the ball to drop, and then we can pick back up where it was dropped off at on my court. You know what I'm saying? And I literally had to make myself okay with that a few months ago, because there would be several times I'd reach out, I'd text, I'd call her, I wouldn't get responses for like a week or whatever, and she'd be online posting about her and her man and stuff and screenshot. Anyways, it was not what it seemed. I don't never believe relationships that's just all like all the time posting all good stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna get into that derail right now, but there can be healthy relationships, and I do believe that there are couples who post the healthy aspects of their relationship only, and they don't go through such terrible times. But the ones who like overpost, the ones who try to make it seem like it's something to people who they shouldn't care about, baby, it's something else. Anyways, I digress again. So boom, I've been making myself okay with the fact that I'm just going to be used by her, right? So yesterday we were having a conversation after she was trauma dumping, and I kind of told her, like, I actually asked her for a loan. I asked her to help me with my rent because I still have $0 towards my rent payment. Like I said, I got my credit cards. Push come to shove, that's what she told me too. Anyways, I'm confident we'll be able to make this trip to Indianapolis because everything has really just panned out, and I've been able to, like, everything's already taken care of. But yeah, there's really not even a but. I'm like, do I cancel it and get a refund for everything? No. I believe she's going to come through on her word, and she's going to give me this loan on Wednesday, like she said. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful, because I've literally gotten nothing else from this friendship whatsoever. Like, I've got some great memories, some great times. When it comes to like things I can really take with me, like the lessons were learned on my end. Like, there's not something, and then I bring up yesterday, like when I'm saying it, like after I asked her for the loan, the way that I kind of like prefaced it, the way it kind of like came in there is she was talking about giving her gifts and her blessings to people who deserve it, and how she's just giving it to people who have used her up and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yeah, Jenny, to be honest, I'm not gonna. So I knew that was coming. I'm gonna try to hold it right here for a little bit. So yeah, I pretty much just told her, like, girl, yeah, I know I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and say that it don't be stinging when you be telling me about all this money that you be giving to these men. And I'm like, dang, girl, you know, you got a friend, lifelong, we considered ourselves, I thought, best friend, that's a single mom that be out here struggling. Like, I be sharing my struggles with you, and you've never extended. And so her response is like, you know, well, you don't ask. These niggas be asking, they're bold. opportunist. You're not an opportunist. And I'm thinking to myself, like, so I'm supposed to, like, anyways, the bottom line is I don't feel entitled to anything that belongs to anybody else. I feel entitled to my blessings that God is giving me. And sometimes the journey to get to it is tough, it's lonely, and it sucks. And that's just, such is life. That's where I'm at with it right now. So I've never asked her for anything. I've never, like, as many times as she's told me she's done this for this person and that person and that person, I am not an opportunist when it comes to people I love, at least. And I did not ever once fix my lips to say, hey, can you help me with this? But I did tell her, because she was like, you're never alone. You're not in this world alone. I always got you. Whatever you're going through, I got you. And I'm like, girl, I hear you. But when I first got back around you, 3 years ago, I was living in my truck, and you knew that. I was sleeping in my truck. And she was like, yeah, but you didn't ask again. So I'm like, okay, we just not gonna go down this route. Now I'm asking. So I asked boldly at that point, and she says, can I get you on Wednesday? I'll send you the money on Wednesday afternoon. I'm having me a grand old time, y'all. I was just sad for like a whole 24, well, not 24 hours. Almost 24 hours. I was sad for a little bit and irritated and stuff. And then I just am spending some time with God real quick. I just said, let me pick up this phone and get out of my thoughts and record. Because usually that's what this is. It's a conversation with God. Like, he's speaking through me to me. But yeah, so basically, long story short, she was telling me, like, you know, well, she wanted to be a better steward of her blessings. And I was like, yeah, I'll be honest, it stings when you tell me of these men that you're giving tens of thousands of dollars to and investing this, that, and the third in, and buying this and going and doing this for and doing this with, and yada 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 yada. And here you have a friend, a lifelong friend, we've been friends for a very long time, that's a single mother that has shared her struggles with you before. And so she's like, yeah, well, these niggas, they're bold, they ask, like, basically telling me I gotta get like these niggas. Like, no, like, I am not. Like, me personally, this is what I told her, as a friend, if my friend is sharing with me an area where she's struggling at, I'm gonna find out how I can help her. Like, I'm not gonna make her have to ask. You know, maybe we're different in that way, but no, like, you knew the things that I was going through, and God got me through them, and I'm still your friend, because again, I didn't feel entitled to anything that you had. But don't sit up here and invalidate what I'm saying to you right now. You know, the fact that you be investing way more into these niggas than you ever have in our friendship. And I was just thinking about that before I even picked up the phone, because the only time that she's ever done something for me that was not for her as well, like, you know, I went camping with her, I've went to a couple of different events with her, and she's footed the bill and this, that, and the third, but that's just me going with her. That's not, you know, really, if anything, I'm supporting you at this point. You don't want to go by yourself, I got you. Even though she will, she's much like me, like she will, but of course, most people would rather have somebody else to go with. Anyways, I digress. So the only thing I could say is when I was sick, when I had determined that I was going to be moving, she's the only one who really came over and brought me something. Like, my ex had brought me a salad, I think, at one point, and some medicine. But she brought me, like, herbs and a whole bunch of stuff. She drove out to do that, and we smoked. And I think too, I think that was for her too, because she trauma dumped. She's always trauma dumping. She is, and she was like, I don't trauma dump, I trauma cycle. Bitch, you do both. You do, friend. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I was able to tell her so many things from the heart last night. Like, girl, I have made myself okay with being used by you. I literally had to tell myself I'm not gonna get anything out of this friendship. So again, it would be a miracle and it would be a blessing indeed if she comes through with sending me this money on Wednesday, like she said she was going to send me, so that I could pay my rent. I would be very, very grateful, but I would also be very, very surprised, because again, that, like, we've been friends our whole life, but we've been back locked in for the past 3-4 years. And there was a period, and I told her, you know, I regret cutting you off, because that's just not who I am as a person. Like, I have gone through stages myself and felt some type of way when people cut me off, because I wasn't quite where they had expected me to be in those, you know, in my journey through those stages. And I don't want to do that to nobody else. I don't want to cut you off just because you're not on my level as far as healing goes or something goes like that. Like, it's not a matter of, like, yeah, she kind of messed up my energy last night, but I allowed her to. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of I can't be friends with her because she messed up my energy. Like, no, I love her. I understand most things about her. I care about her deeply as a human being. I want to see her do great. I really feel connected to her. We've been, friends our whole entire life since we were like 5-6 years old. We both went through very similar trauma, even starting at that age. That's crazy. I'm just gonna keep messing with this. And again, don't worry, I did sleep right here last night, like I said. So, I feel like she's one of my soulmates, to be quite honest. And God has shown me a lot about myself through her as well. But at this point, like, I need to know when to not answer the phone, or when to say like, ooh girl, not really, I'm on my way to work right now, can this wait? This is a lesson I really had to learn the hard way on the other side. But you don't have to be there for people. People don't have to be there for you beyond what is healthy or comfortable for them. Just because you look at a certain person and you feel like, oh, you possess the ability and capabilities to be there for me in this certain way, to do XYZ for me while I'm going through, you're not God. You are not God. You can't say what blessing God has for you. You just have to be patient and await the blessing. And I know my blessing is on the way. There's been too many things. Like I said, the $70 night. Like, come on. Like, on a Saturday? Like, girl, you way too fine for a local club. Like, no, literally. Like, I'm going to go to my local stuff. But coming out here to try to steer clear of imagery, man, I got to pay my bills. This is an art. This is literally something that I love. I feel empowered when I dance. I feel exhilarated when I dance. But then you add on the money part, and I can take care of myself. I can pay my bills, and I can live the lifestyle that's comfortable for me, that I've created, that God has initiated. And I don't want to say God and be like, oh, God told me to be a stripper. Like, no, He gives us free will. He gives us free will, and He is also full of grace, full of mercy, full of understanding, full of love. His love covers a multitude of sins. He knows what He's doing, and He knew this would be a big part of my story. Stripping has been a part of my life since I was 18 years old. And the way that I closed the door, I'm about to freaking cry and mess my damn makeup up. Ooh. Oh, I love Him. He's so full of love. He really is. The way that I left dancing the last couple times, it really wasn't good. It didn't leave a good taste in my mouth, like, for that world. The first time I had left for an extended period, and I really didn't end up going back for real. I just tried it for 2 days and it did not work. 2 different clubs, 2 different days, and it did not work out for me. But the first time, well, I would say the first 2 times. Because before I moved to Vegas, I made a promise to God. And before I moved back to Indiana, I made a promise to God. I said, I'm going to leave this life alone, God, but please make way for me and my son to have a home. It'd be the bare minimum that I'd be asking for, a consistent roof over my head. That's a generational curse that it's been tough to break. I'll be honest, it has been, but I thank God for sustainability. I thank God for provision. I thank God for grace, mercy, forgiveness, for love, because we've had more places, even if we've moved around a little bit and it hasn't been very stable. We have had more places, my son and I, than I ever had in my life with my parents. Like, we lived with people, my parents and I. Like, it was never me and my mom in an apartment together by ourselves. We always lived with her friends or with her man, or my ex-stepdad. My dad, we weren't really close when I was growing up. And even now, I've never known him to have his own place, ever. I don't know that the man has. So I don't know either of my parents to ever have their own place. And here I am, I've had multiple places. So, and that's the thing, like, we got to start changing the narrative. Instead of me being like, oh, we weren't stable, we were moving from place to place to place to place. No, how about God provided? How about God sustained? How about God gave us an open vision? God gave us experience that we wouldn't have got had we not gone through the things. Like thank God for the experiences. That's what life is about. It's to be experienced. And man, oh man, has he been so gracious. Has he been so faithful in the experiences that he has allowed my son and I to see. And I know that we ain't seen nothing yet. Oh God. I'm so glad I'm spending time with him. He is so beautiful. Because I know this is just the beginning. And I know like, dancing could have been eliminated. It could have been retracted from my walk. I could have gone to ministry and I could have reached people without having to go through this journey of being a stripper. But God, but he knows what he's doing, and he knew all along. Ooh. So yeah, the first 2 times I was wilding. I ain't gonna lie. There are definitely dancers who do not do extras. People say they don't exist. I know for a fact they exist. I'm one now. I wasn't before. I'll be honest. I was not before. I definitely, if I wanted to and I felt I could benefit from it, on top of, like, I was groomed from a very, very young age, unfortunately. And I believe that's what makes me so great at my profession, because it's kind of in me. Like, I don't have to try to be sexual to be sensual. I have literally been getting fucked physically and figuratively since a child. And ain't shit cute about that at all. It's disgusting. And I hate that for me, but it's my fucking reality. And what the fuck can I do about it? I can't go back and unfuck myself. I can now. I can make decisions. So I'm changing the narrative, right? Changing the narrative. Using this stripping as a tool. Like, the fact that it's crazy. So the first 2 times I was doing extras. I was meeting with people outside of the club. I was getting them bands. At one point, this married man that's now divorced and trying to come back in my life, was so crazy is this all happened back in Chicago. We were still talking when I went to New Orleans. Then when I moved back to Indiana, we were still talking. And then I got into a relationship and I cut that stuff off. Now he just moved to Arizona, where I'm dancing at. Like, not the same city. He's a few hours away. But on the West Coast. Literally a 45-minute flight, 4-hour drive from where I live. So he just moved out here. And I know it ain't nothing but the enemy, to be honest. I'm not blaming God on this one. I'm not. Because I'm just like, I know I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now. Like, he gonna have to come hard. Like, the man prayed for us up there. I be making my man like lock in with God. I'm not gonna carry all this. You gonna have to do your part too. So I had him. He's prayed for us a couple times since we've been back in contact with each other. We have not seen each other. He'd like to see me, but I don't think I'm ready. Like, we could be friends. We can keep talking to Kiki Kaka on the phone. I might send you a picture. Nothing provocative. I don't send out nudes. It's been a year. My celibacy has been me and me. I have struggled with masturbation. I have. No more will I, but I have. But otherwise, like, as far as giving myself in an imagery or in real life to another, no, baby. No, you ain't gonna catch me doing that. You wouldn't have in the past 10 months either. Going on 11 months. So we could be friends, but I don't want, like, a man gonna have to come very, very, very boldly, hard, no limits. Like what Mace, I think it's Mace that said, you can have any Jaheim thing. I work my fingers all the way to the bone. Them niggas don't exist no more, for real. I mean, very far few in between. And when they do, sometimes they don't be having much. You know, they working their fingers to the bone, but it ain't. Anyways, I digress. So I'm just not ready. I'm not ready. I really have found my worth, and I am willing to wait until it is seen by another. And not only seen, but it's something done about it, some action behind it. It's appreciated, it's honored, it's reverend. I don't want to be praised. Praise God for sending me in your life. How about that? So, you know, I had messed around with him while he was married too. He was the first time I did a no abortion, and I'm just gonna talk about it. Like, while we're here, we might as well before the phone overheats. Hopefully it doesn't, but we're here. Let's just do it. Let's just dive right in. So I've had 2 no abortions. I've never had an abortion before, ever, but I've had 2 no abortions. And a no abortion, may I define for you, is when you tell the non-father, because there's no baby, that there is a baby and that you need his assistance in doing something about the non-existent fetus. That's what a no abortion is. So I've had 2 of those. I just had one actually last year. Oh my God, this is crazy to say, but it's true. This is my real life. Oh God, Jesus. But he was my first one. Like, oh, this man, he used to get under my skin so bad. Like, I never was into like witchcraft and voodoo and stuff like that. In fact, I was always very frightened when it came to See? I'm scared. I don't really fear nobody but the Lord, to be honest. But that stuff I just ain't never really messed with. I ain't never tapped into it. Like, stuff like that. What's crazy is like the generational curses, like as far as narcolepsy, and I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. I'm not a narcoleptic. Excuse me. The word that I'm looking for is kleptomania, whatever. That stuff, my parents, they be into that. Like some things got passed down, but where was I going with this? Me, like, I be very into like good karma, right? Like, I be afraid to do something because I don't want it done to me. Basically, that's where I was going with this. Like, I'm really into like the return of energy that you put out. So I'm always trying to do good, knowing that the good should return upon me. That's honestly thanks to my grandparents. That's how I was raised, and I just really stand on that. So for the most part, like that's where I am with that. So the fact that I was married with messing with a married man, that was like my second married man I have messed with too. These niggas be saying they be getting divorced. And at this point, you gotta be divorced before I even consider you. Not you're getting divorced. You gotta be. Not getting, gotta. Not getting, gotta. You got it? Okay. Because they be saying they getting divorced, and then it be like 3 years later. And are they? Have they? Some of them. Some of them, it might take another year or 2. What if it doesn't even ever happen? That's a possibility. That I just can't, I'm not God. I can't predict the future. Can't count it out, you know? So, the fact that I was messing with him was just terrible in itself. But there were just like so many things that came along with it that I should have just stopped messing with him. But instead of doing that, like I told him I was going to do witchcraft on him. And I can't believe that I was so far removed from my relationship with Christ at this time. Like, I was going to church, like, listening to gospel music and things like that, but my relationship with Christ was like very subsurface. Like, there were things that I knew I needed to deal with that I wasn't ready to deal with, so I just kind of like was like, I'll get to you later, like I'll dive into you later, Lord, because I know you're gonna make me face this stuff. So yeah, I went the complete opposite way, and like I had thought about doing witchcraft on this man. Like, I looked it up and everything. Thank God, like, it never happened, but I really had thought about it, and the fact that it even came across my mind and I put effort into it, it's like, who was she? Who was she? And I told him that too. I was like, my aunties do voodoo, nigga. Like, that's one of my favorite things to say. But I be saying that, poor aunties. I'm sorry, too. I just be lying on you, girl. I'm sorry. She don't do no voodoo. She is a lovable woman, a great, incredible mother, and my favorite auntie in the whole entire world. A wonderful sister too, might I add. Great daughter too. She's awesome. She don't do none of that stuff. So, yeah, that was one of the times where I had got out. But yeah, I just basically was like, God, provide me the things that I need, and I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna find something else. And it don't even be me finding something else. It be him giving it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always sustainable. I do believe this is going to be a part of my journey, though. I do believe that I'm going to go to Vegas next week, and I am going to enter into my season of everything going right, like I said. And it's not a matter of because I'm a stripper in Vegas. It's because God has ordered my steps for this to be a temporary part of my story, to be used to reach masses of people. Masses. So I'm very excited for the preparation that's already been done, so that like now I could just use it. Now I could just do what I know is right. The smoking, it's done. It's done for. It's done for. The unhealthy eating habits, it's done for. The drinking, I already was done for it, but I got bored and just do it on and off. But it's gonna be off completely. Like, I am locking in. I am tapping into my greater self. I know that there will be other bumps in the road. Like, my period is coming up in like 2 weeks, so I pray that it stays that long, because like I said, I gotta go lock in these gigs. I want to have at least 3 clubs that I can alternate from in Vegas. So weeks before my period, a week or 2, like I really do be feeling like the world is ending, and I know I'm not the only one. I've spoken with several different other women, and they can relate. So I know that like me making $70, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal had it not been for my period. But like my period coming, I'm like, oh, the world is ending. Is she really gonna help? Like, how am I gonna do this? We're gonna be in a shelter. I'm always fucking up, blah blah blah. I rebuke all that in the name of Jesus. Like, none of that is true. It's literally just my hormones going through a cycle, and while they're going through this cycle, I'm just a little bit more vulnerable, and so I need to put up a higher defense. I need to be more prepared. Proper preparation, so that I don't have poor performance. Preventative maintenance. I love all these keywords. I'm like a huge nerd geek, word geek. So yeah, Vegas is about to be lit. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be my last day out here. I love these girls, I'll be honest, most of them. There's 2 that are very questionable. Very questionable, and the only reason I'm saying that is because they are fucking questionable. They be lying. They be lying. Like, why y'all be lying? Why y'all be lying? Because now I can't trust a liar. I hate when people lie. Like, I know this profession comes with being a little sneaky. You can't tell everything, but to just like bold-faced, blatantly lie, what else you gonna do that about? Like, I don't want to hear anything come out of your mouth anymore, because I'm not going to be able to know if it's true or not, and I'd rather not even give a fuck. So let's just don't even speak at this point. So with the exception of 2 of 8 of us, the other, so that would be 5, right? Yeah, the other 5 are very, very, because you don't count me, obviously, very, very near to my heart now. And what's crazy is, it's like 2 of them, the 2 vultures that I love, they didn't really open up until the past few days. Like, they've been really open, like, and I've just been loving it, like kicking it with them, and I needed that before I left, you know, because I'm gonna come back and spend bags on these girls. Like, these are my babies. Like, this is not goodbye forever, but I may work here again. I don't know. Like, there may not be no purpose, because $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $6,000 nights come my way in Jesus' name. Like, it's like we're about to be taken care of, and I know it was for such a time as this, because I'm not about to do like I want my son to have nice things. I want him to experience nice things. And like I said, the whole little complex con thing that he was wanting to go to today, I would have made sure that there was a way for him to go had I made more than $70 last night. And not even had I made more than $70 last night. Like, had he been on his P's and Q's like the past month or so, like, it's been a little rough. These teenage years. He's 13 years old. So I'm not surprised that we're going through these growing pains. But my patience is being strengthened. I'm going to say I'm running out. My patience is being strengthened because I'm really trying with him. Like, I'm giving him several opportunities. I'm being very easy on him. And like, I just think it's time to turn it up a little notch. And that doesn't mean like being super duper, like no TV, no phone, no this, no that. Like, obviously there's, what's the word I'm looking for? Moderation when it comes to all those things, electronics and anything really. But more so, like, you're not going to be able to do everything you want to do. I'm sorry. That's just not, like, in life, I do feel like I eventually have been able to do everything that I want to do. But a lot of those things, like, you had to work for, you had to wait for. So that's how it's about to be with him. Like, so I'm about to stack my paper. I really would like to get, like, move into a rental house, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to live out my lease. We're gonna make ourselves comfortable there. If I have to, like, you know, do a little bit of revamping with the furniture and things like that, like, we're gonna be here for at least what, 8-9 more months. So, you know, let's make that. I think my lease is up in July. I'll probably get a house by May though. So, you know, again, 8 more months. We'll make ourselves comfortable, which really I'm comfortable now, but I can, like, I will give myself the leeway to make some modifications versus moving into another house, because originally that's what I was looking for. Like, I'll just rent a house for the price that I'm renting this out for. But I don't really want to move, pay another deposit, get myself in a whole nother lease. Like, all that is fine and dandy. I'm here to run my bread up. I'm here to write these books. I'm here to finish school. I'm here to start these businesses, to start these ministries, to start these nonprofits, to make sure my son has all the training and supplies and tools and resources that he needs to do whatever it is he wants to do in this world. So that would be my focus, not like going and getting him. He wants Lulu, like, and Aloe and Lavins and this, that, and the third. Like, boy, I have to let him know what's important, and I can't do that by giving him the things that he thinks is important, because it's going to be important to him. So we're just going to remove that, like, trance, the matrix that the whole world is in, by I'm really locking in. So if I would have made more than $70 last night, I'm pretty sure I would have given him the money to go to this thing. He don't need to go to this thing. Not right now. Maybe 14, once he's got these teenage growing pains controlled for the most part, right? Because I'm not expecting them to go anywhere. I'm not saying they're going to go away, but you got to learn how to control yourself. And the better off you are if you learn earlier in life. And as your mom, I will do everything that I can so that you do. Because I didn't up until, like, I love the 30s so much, because up until 30, I did not have control over anything about myself at all. I gave over control to everything else so easily, to everything. To money, to friendships, to people, to men, to my son even. You know, like, I didn't have no control over myself. So I want to teach him, not just by experience, but by redirection, by discipline, by whatever it is that God gives me to do, that you gotta lock in, and it's gotta be a consistent lock in, because the enemy, he's around here prowling like a lion, roaring, seeking for his prey that he may devour. And I'm not getting devoured. I'm not gonna be asleep one day, like, off my rocker, and he come up and I'm like, oh God, okay, just eat me, I'm so sad anyways. Like, fuck that in Jesus' name. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's how I mean it. Like, God loves me, and he's not up there. Like, the world has just, it's so corrupt. It has such a distorted view of what a relationship with Christ looks like. He's not up there shaking his head right now because I just said a cuss word, or because I'm on my way to go strip. He's up there diligently praying for me. That's what he's doing. He's diligently saying, all right, daughter, I got you. I love you. I'm going to do this for you. I need you to learn this, though. And if you don't learn it, then I'm going to have to do this for you. It's not going to seem like it's for you, but it is for you to learn what I need you to learn, so that we can go and do this, because I have this for you to do for these people. Like, that's how God is. And it's funny because, like, it's not funny. It's God. It's not coincidental. It's God. The sermons that I've been listening to lately, the lessons that I've been going through in both of my classes that I'm taking this semester, all lean in that direction. That relationship is greater than the circumstance. That we put legalism on everything. We give ourselves a set of rules, and if we don't follow the rules, then we're not, like, even the books that I'm reading right now, like, that aren't related to school or church even. Like, it's freeing yourself from the traps of the world, the trance of the world, the matrix. Like, I don't want to be in that anymore. So I'm going to lock in. I'm going to save up. I'm going to purchase a house. I may get a new car. That may be something that I do. Pay this car off and go ahead and purchase another car. That may be something that I do, because when it comes time for me to get a house, you know, I can't be taking no new loans out or nothing like that. So I'll need to ensure that anything that I want to do, like as far as a new vehicle or whatever. And this, I'm pretty sure my baby, she'll get me through some more time. And so I may just do that. I may just fix her. Honestly, thank you, God, for speaking to me. I will probably just fix her up and not even get a new vehicle and literally just save all my money. Save all my money. We don't need new clothes. He might need, like, you know, a couple little outfits. I'll get him for Christmas, even though I don't celebrate Christmas in that type of way. Not a communist Christmas. Consumer Christmas. But I may, you know, go ahead and get him some new seasonal clothes and some shoes and things. And I'm gonna make sure he gets consistent haircuts, and I'll take care of myself. I've already been paying for massages monthly, and I'll more than likely start getting like regular hairdos. I can do my own nails and stuff, but I was just thinking about that. Like, I haven't had my hair done since my 30th birthday, and I'm 32, about to be 33. Like, it's okay, because I was about to cancel my hair appointment that I have next week for like Halloween. I was just gonna do my own hair, but I'm like, no, girl, it's okay. You don't get your hair done. Like, go freaking do it. It's okay. Most women get their hair done on a regular, even if that's just like a shampoo and wash and a style. I don't. I will get a massage though. I will do that. Hello. So yeah, I'm gonna be saving up. I'm gonna be investing. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna be purchasing like materialistic things. I'll get a few things. I'm gonna give myself a budget. I'm so excited. I'm about to go eat, and I'm about to go write, and I'm so happy, and I'm in a better mood. This is the point where it gets a little funny. I don't know which direction I should be going. Actually, I do, but I want to go somewhere else. I want to go to the beauty supply store out here in Arizona, because I am pretty sure it's going to be cheaper than the ones back home in Nevada. Everything's cheaper out here in AZ, gas, everything. And I want to get some tracks for my pinup. It was great talking to God with you. Love you. See you soon.